Welcome to Mind, Body, and Soul Awakening, a show where we celebrate resilience and inspire transformation. Our guests share their stories of how they overcame a traumedy and turned it into a triumph. I am your host, Stars Tina. Get excited and let's have some fun. Hey, good morning to you, and also you. Welcome to your 7 a.m. cup of motivation. I am Stars Tina, your host, and I'm here to bring you all the motivation, all the inspiration, all the education when it comes to your dreams, your hopes, your love, your relationships, your money, your everything. And I come to you today talking about fear and faith. I want to start off by saying happy Women's History Month. As you know, this is the month where we shall celebrate all the women, all the great things that they have accomplished because you are great. So I'm giving myself a pat on the back. I'm giving you a pat on your back. And I have another special guest for you guys today here on this Thoughtful Thursday. Is that what it is? Yes, because yesterday we did our Wellness Wednesday. It is Thoughtful Thursday. And the thoughts that I want to share with you today is something that I've been thinking about each week. And I'm listening to another book. You guys know I'm like into this reading. My Audible is just amazing. And in the book, he's talking about fear and faith. And and it's just so wonderful. But before we get into the topic of fear and faith, I have a question of the day for you. I like to start off with the question of the day. What is something in your life that you always wanted to do? You were so afraid and you wanted to do it, but you were afraid. Hi, mommy. And you did it anyway. Type in the chat, what is that one thing? And for me, my friends, I'm going to say, I always wanted to do a marathon. And if you don't know what a marathon is, it's 26.2 miles, I believe. And before I started running, my life was like this. I was kind of like up and down. And my best aunt, she's a part of a running club in Bermuda, and she says, Tina, if you want to feel better, join a running club. And I was just like, that's weird. Now, I never really had time or space to join a running club, but I started running. And then I remember when I did my first 5K. Can you remember your first 5K? The first 5K I did in Princeton. And I'm a great cheerleader, right? I'm going to cheer people on. I was working at New York Sports Club, and there was my job was sales. I was to get people recruited into the gym. That's what I had to do. So the town always had events. So they were having a 5K race. So I said, Tina, you can actually get people to do this race, and then that'll help grow the membership of the gym. So I was going around the gym. Hey, who wants to do this 5K with me? Hey, who wants to do this 5K? And and I got people to say they were going to do it. But Tina tends to put a lot on her plate, and I totally forgot. So I would work in the gym, and I lived like an hour away from my gym. Have you ever driven like really far to get to your job? I remember someone said to me once, you have to move to grow. And that's what I did. I loved fitness. I really wanted to, work at a gym. And they said, well, the only location we have is here. And I did that. So back to the running race. I'm in my office this day, and a girl walked in and she's like, are you ready? And I'm like, for what? What are you talking about? And she says, the 5K is today. I was like, oh my gosh. Now she was a runner. She had always been running. And I always tend to surround myself with people that run naturally. And that's what you want to do. If you want to do something, you have to surround yourself with the people that are actually doing the thing, right? I wasn't a runner. I never did a race before, but I was around all these runners, right? So I still have the shirt from my first 5K. And I actually wrote on it my time, and ever since then, I just kept running and running and running. And my biggest cheerleader is my daughter. And I remember my second 5K. And usually I said to her, okay, I'll be to the finish line by in 30 minutes because 5K is 3 miles. So it was like a 15-minute mile. And I was proud of that, my people. I was proud of it. And she was like, I was starting to worry, Ma, because I didn't see you. But I was scared. Right. So the question, type in the chat. I want to hear what's the one thing you were afraid of doing and you did it. And when you did it, you were like, wow, it wasn't that bad. Or maybe you were like, yes, it was that bad, but you did it. For me, it was my first full marathon. And I had to change how I thought about myself. I had to change how I looked at myself. And something my aunt said to me, big shout outs to my Aunt Donna, all my Bermudians in the building, boo, boo, for my Bermudians. She said to me, it was something I wanted. I guess I wanted like candy or something. And she was like, Tina, girl. Okay, she didn't say that. but everyone says girl in my mind. She was like, runners don't eat like that. Runners don't do blah, 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 blah. You are a runner. And when I realized that, I thought about it, I was like, yes, Tina, you're a runner. Runners don't do certain things. So the one thing that I was scared to do was to do a full marathon. Renee, Trey, type in the chat. What is the one thing in your life that you wanted to do that you were scared to do, but you did it? And when I crossed the finish line, let me tell you guys, first of all, in Paris, they run fast. They run very, very fast. My daughter actually came with me, and she was there in the beginning, and then she went back to the hotel because it's a lot of hours, and she was tracking me, and she did the last, I think it was like 5 or 6 miles with me, and I did a time running where I like ran some, walk some, ran, walk was like 90-60 or 90-30, run some, walk some. And I remember she was like, Ma, your run is slower than your walk. Because I started getting really super tired at the end. And when I finally got to the finish line was gone. Like I told you, these Paris people are fast, right? They had the main finish line, and then they had this little rinky dink thing for us forever. I was just like, really? Really? It's like, but I did finish I crossed it. And when I crossed the finish line, it was cold, by the way. I was like, oh my gosh, I actually did it. Yes, I was super sore, but I love that sore feeling. Another thing, I have to write in the chat because I don't see anyone talking to me. So I guess I'm talking to myself this morning. I don't know. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of a Spartan race. There is one big goal I have to do with the Spartan race. So in the Spartan race, they have actually 4 different levels they have. They have the first one, which is, I'm forgetting the name, but there's 3. Someone wrote something, and I don't have my glasses in. I apologize. Keep it up there, Renee. I'm sure I'll figure it out in a second. See, when you get older, it's like you need glasses, right? And I always put them somewhere where I can see them, like in the front of my bag is normally where I put my glasses so I can find them right away. But Spartan Race, uh, they have this challenge. It's called the Beast. And for the Beast, you have to do all these 3 races, but in 1 year. Now, I had always done these races, but not all of them in 1 year. Hold on a second. All right. Public speaking. Yes, Renee said her fear was public speaking, and she's doing it more and more now. So in this beast, you have to do the first level. And if someone knows, type it in the chat because I would love to remember this. The second one is something else. I remember the beast. And then there's like an ultra. And the ultra is when you do the beast twice. But anyway, I needed one more race to complete the beast for this particular year. And again, I'm that cheerleader. I had a crew of people with me. It was probably about 10 of us. And when we did this particular race, it wasn't the beast, it was the one in between. It was cold, guys. It was like a storm outside. It was snowing. Tina does not like the cold, let me tell you. I left the race. It was like the first mile, and I was like, I gotta go, people. I'm sorry. My hands were so frozen, like I could not move my hands, and it was muddy and it was cold. And I just went into the little hut. It wasn't a hut, because usually these Spartan races are in ski resorts. So I went inside the ski resort and stood in front of a heater, and I did not do it. So that is something I'm not afraid of doing it, but I want to do it. All right. I see someone gave me a chat here. Trey says, I was afraid of walking to the edge of a cliff, but was finally able to do it, to get to the edge. Hey, that is beautiful. So that's the question of the day. Thank you guys for sharing your thoughts on that right there. And today on this Women's History Month, I want to talk about fear and faith. I have a special guest coming through. She's been working with me for the past 7 weeks. I've known her for a couple of years now. Again, my favorite app, Clubhouse, Breakfast with the Champions, where I met her virtually. And then I actually got to see her in person when I went to an event in Florida. Florida's been like the place, let me tell you. Trey Urban is her name. To know her is to love her. Welcome, welcome. Hey, girl. Hey, how you feeling? How you doing?
Everyone, blessings on your day, Star Tina. I'm giving you a big Thoughtful Thursday hug. I am so grateful to be here. Hi, everyone. Trey Urban. I am your energy alchemist. Why? Because I was actually paralyzed in a car accident in 2010, told that I would never walk again. And now I have gotten all of the energy resets. And not only am I walking, but I help other people reset their energy so they can live their best life. So, Tina, I am so grateful to
Yes,
have this conversation today.
yes,
So
yes.
congratulations on your run and your keep running, keep documenting it, girl. I'm so proud of you.
I love it. I love it. So, family, before I get into this deep interview, Faith and Fear with Trey, I just want to give her a great big thank you and for really stretching me and expanding my mind. And that's what you have to do. Your vibe is your tribe. You have to surround yourself with people that are going to make you think outside the box, people that are going to stretch you. And I decided I wanted to do a chakra series again because I just wanted to, again, to learn. I wanted to expand, but I don't know that much about chakra. I'm poquito in the chakra area, and I knew Trey was. And every week she's been growing with me. We've been doing this. And if you want to get a part of the series, you can just go to my YouTube channel. It's there. And if you're watching, subscribe on the YouTube channel so that you can get this. And then I'm doing this Sculpted Opulence program. It's an 8-week program based off of my book. And my book is called No More Traumedy. And in this book, it shares a little bit about my story. And if you don't have it yet, boom, this is it right here. You can get it on Amazon. The end of the book, it shares tips and strategies of how to push through that pain if you've gone through a traumedy. And a traumedy is when the energies of a trauma and a tragedy collide. When this happens, life-changing experiences occur. Grand rising to you as well, my Facebook person. Thank you for chiming in. So in this book, I decided I'm going to put it to use. I wrote it. I'm going to do an 8-week program, but I decided I really wanted to niche down. I really wanted to focus and support women that were struggling perhaps with perimenopausal, maybe menopausal, maybe just all those sorts of things. So I decided to do this 8-week health and wellness challenge. I'm sorry, not challenge, program. And it's called Sculpted Opulence. Sculpted, because when I think of sculptures, I think of the Mona Lisa. I think of beautiful pieces of art that could be in the Louvre. And then opulence is something that just makes me think of just something beautiful, extraordinary, just extra wonderful. So that's this 8-week program. Now, for me, nutrition and exercise, easy piece of cake, easy breezy. I've been doing that for years. But then when I added the book in, that just took it to the next level. And then working with Trey with the chakras, I thought, wait a minute, Trey's got this energy. Let's pull her in. So I pulled her in so that she could be a part of this program and talk about energies with the people. And then we talked about the chakras. So she's adding that to the program. And then hold up, wait a minute, there's more. She was talking about eating for your blood type, exercising for your blood type, what's good for your body, what's good not. So Trey's going to be doing that. So Trey, I just wanted to give you a big thank you again for stretching me because I never would have thought about bringing chakras into this or the blood type into this. So Trey, our program, it starts in the end of this month. If you want to sign up for the Sculpted Opulence program, Trey, just share your knowledge about what we've been doing these past few weeks with that, what you like about it, what you don't. I mean, I'm sure you like everything about it,
Oh yeah. Okay. And we're talking about the chakra, right? Oh my gosh, the
everything we've been
wisdom
doing.
of all the things you're doing. So when you understand that this mind, this heart, the physical body, and your spiritual body are all connected, you'll realize that when you do things in totality, which to me means addressing the mindset, right? And gathering the emotions. And some people think, oh, I can't control my emotions. I'm highly emotional. Well, it's a choice. Everything's a choice. And when you understand that you could choose mental strength, you can choose emotional endurance, you can choose to be illuminated spiritually, then it all works out physically. And when you align the physical stuff with the rest of the stuff, everything moves forward in a good way, and which is what aligns with the chakra system. So my belief is the chakra system is like your spiritual pinpoints, right? And there are different layers, and those are the things God gave you so He could help you know if you're not feeling strong in your foundation, or if maybe your throat chakra, if you're not able to communicate and talk and say the things you want, or if your heart chakra got hurt or broken, and you're unable to love and you're mean and you're angry and you're not happy. Those are, this is so He gave us to me points, center points to realign this amazing complex system that He put down on the earth, you guys. So I love aligning with chakras because there's actually an illumination with the color. There's a vibration when you match certain colors. We match colors, our shirts on certain days as best as we could. And when you carry these vibrations, I'm telling you. So for instance, solar plex is a yellow. if you wear yellow, solar plex is that confidence part of you, right? And it's amazing when you wear yellow. I guarantee you're going to feel a little bit more confident. When you wear red, something about you feels a little more powerful. That's your root. That's your shock, right? So when you understand that there's vibrations and energy not only within your body that God created to align with, I believe, your spiritual soul so that you can adjust, but then you have all of this information how to empower your mind. And we're going to get, when you eat the way you're supposed to for your blood type, because your blood metabolizes differently based on your blood type. Most people don't understand that. A's, O's, B's, they are all different. They require, and because they metabolize your food differently, that also means your body is running on a different program. If they ran the same, they would have the same blood type. There's a reason why there's a difference. So when you pay attention to those subtleties, oh my gosh, you start eating and you're wondering, oh, I knew something said, I wonder why I never liked that. And then you find it's on your avoid list. So when you get what's beneficial for your life and understand what to avoid, you are able to live your best life, Tina. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for all that I've learned from you, thankfully, now because you hold me accountable. But now this sculpted oculus, that word, I keep practicing that. It feels,
Girl, I just heard it last year for the first time myself.
doesn't it feel though, when you say that word, it makes you kind of put your shoulders up and stand a little taller. And so I am so excited to be sculpted up too. So Tina, I'm talking about you.
Yes, yes. I want to give a big shout out to my girl Bella. Renee, before I forget, let's reach out to Bella because for Women's History Month, we are celebrating certain women. I would love to bring Bella on here. So, what we're talking about is this program I'm doing. It's an 8 week program and it's for your health and wellness. Yes, there's exercise. Yes, there's going to be a personalized meal plan for you, a personalized exercise plan, but for your body type, for your age, for your everything. Because just this week, I finally accepted, Trey. I don't know if I told you, I've accepted the fact that I'm premenopausal, and I'm saying that loud and clear. I was actually watching YouTube, and Drew Barrymore popped on there, and she was saying all these things, and I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. I think that's me. And the doctor's been telling me for years, but Tina's a little stubborn. And when I finally accepted it, I thought about, okay, so what else has the doctor been telling you? About your iron, about your this, about saturated fats. And I'm just like, ah. And that's just going to make this 8 week program so much better. And it makes life so much easier. So if you're watching this video right now and you're a woman over 40, this is a program for you. If you're struggling with having energy, and a lot of people say, Tina, you have a lot of energy. But lately I'm just like, what is going on? My energy is not like where it used to be. If you're watching this and you're like, why am I depressed? Why can I get these extra 5, 10 pounds off? Maybe this extra 20 pounds that came on. Maybe you're watching this and you're like, you have all these emotions, you don't understand them. This 8 week program is going to change that for you because besides having the personalized meal plan and all that wonderful stuff, we're going to have our accountability meetings just for this group. We got to get back to our main topic. Go to the website if you want more information. Today, we are talking about faith versus fear. And I'm kind of excited and curious what your thoughts are on this, Trey, because I'm not going to say you're woo woo, but you're very, you're one of those woo woo kind of people, just very, very woo woo. Someone said to me, well, what does Trey do? Who is she? I said, oh, she's like a little weirdy, she's amazing. She's wonderful. She does all the things because how do you explain that stuff, right? But it's wonderful. It's great. I love it. I'm like, yeah, she's a little weird, but I love her. I'm a little weird. I'm a little different. I don't want to be like everybody else. Hello. I am extraordinary. So with that being said, I'm reading a book. Renee's going to type in the name of the book here because I know it has shifts in it. And it's by a man. He lives in Tampa. His name is Dr. Delatoro. And actually, Ramon Ray introduced me to this, didn't introduce me, but recognized this person's name to me. And that's what I love about my tribe is you have to surround yourself with people that are doing amazing things. And I do not have ADD. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I have a lot of ideas that go in my head. I may get off topic. And right now, I want to give Ramon Ray a big shout out because I got an email yesterday, Trey. Bella, I got an email. Your girl has made it to the finals. I have made it to the finals for the event. It's going to
Good girl.
be, I'm so excited. But you know what? When I saw the people in the running, I was like, and I know this is going to sound really weird and cliche ish, but I was just grateful to be in the running. Whether I win or not, I'm just happy. Like Dr. Janie Lacey, she's one of the people in it. This woman, she's on Court TV every day. There's also Adam Smith, who I've looked up to since the first time I heard him speak. I was like, oh my gosh, he's amazing. I am in the building. I'm like one of the contenders with these people. So I don't know if there's voting or not, but I want you to come. All right. Zoneofgenius.com awards, vote. I don't know if I need more votes. I really don't. Again, I'm just happy to be there. I will be there. It's April 18th. It's my mother's birthday, so I cannot forget that date. And I'm just so excited to be in the room. He's going to have Seth Golden there. He interviewed Lisa Nichols, the sister in my head. And it's just going to stretch me. If you want to stretch your mindset, if you want to stretch everything, you got to come to this event. You get to hug my neck. You get to see all these amazing people. I got off a topic. I purposely did that. I did, because I wanted to give Ramona a shout out. I wanted to say thank you for everyone that voted for me. Bella, I know you were my cheerleader. Renee, I know you were my cheerleader. I'm a finalist, guys. I'm a finalist. So I'm going to be posting stuff. I need you to repost. I need you to vote and get it out there, because this is the event that's going to change your life. One, because I'm there, Ramon's there, all these amazing people are there. And when you're surrounded with people that are doing the things, it just gets better, like a tornado. So I want to see you guys April 18th. I was talking about Ramon. I was talking about something else. It'll pop back in my head. We were talking about our Sculpted Opulence program. We were talking faith. There we go. Faith versus fear,
I was
and the
going to
book
say faith
that Dr.
versus
Della
fear.
Toro wrote
Yay!
that I'm, yes, faith for, actually, Trey, it gets deeper. He actually said facts versus truth. And I'm going to get into that real quick. Facts versus truth. And we may go over a little bit. That's okay. Our set time is like for 30 minutes, but it might go over, that's okay. It's okay. Because this book is phenomenal, guys. And they said it when I was a kid. I thought they were lying when they said book great, they whatever. But now it's like I cannot get enough of them. I feel like I'm reading and listening to the books just like, at least, I got to be honest, at least 3 hours a day. From the moment I wake up, I'm always either listening to a sermon, a book. Anyway, the book is something throttle shifting. He must like motorcycles, because he puts life and business into the idea of a motorcycle. So when you ride a motorcycle, if you want to go faster, you have to change the gear. And he's saying in life, everybody wants things fast. They want it now. They want to lose weight fast. They want to get married fast. They want to have that job fast. And he's like, if you want it fast, you have to make a shift. You have to move. You have to push. That's probably why I'm training so hard these days, just really soaking in all the knowledge, because I want to make that big catapult leap. And in the book, here we go. Here, are you ready for it? Are you ready? Shift into a higher gear, better your life, and live life, by Dr. Della Toro. Put that in there. He started speaking. He's a wonderful speaker. And anyway, facts versus truth. Here we go, Trey. You ready for it? The fact could be that you only have $5 in the bank. That's a fact. The fact could be you only have $500. You only have a car. That's it. That's a fact, right? But the truth is that you could have $1 million idea in your mind that could just make you millions of dollars. So in your mind, you have that fear, and then you have the faith, and the fear is going to have you tap into all the things that aren't true, that you're making up in your head. There could be a fact that you were married, you got divorced, you had this, and you were failure because, yeah, that's a fact. But the truth is that you're a wonderful person, you're loving, and you can have a wonderful life. Trey, give me your thoughts on the fact versus truth theory that I just mentioned.
Oh my gosh, I love what you're saying, because it's a psychological thing. And when you learn, and I always go, what's the truth? Because really, I'm like reality and truth, because that's what I get. The facts is the reality. But I also know that when you give focus to the expansion and pay more attention to the things that you desire to create, then energy is forced. It is the law of attraction to then attract that which you focus on. So if you're focusing on the fact that you only have $5 in your bank account, then that's what you're going to continue to maintain, because the law doesn't know, it
Exactly.
must match. The rule is it's matching your thoughts and your emotions. So when you when you go, okay, yeah, you look at your bank account and you glimpse that for a second, but then you choose to say, but I have so much abundance that flows and feels this. infinitely on an endless cycle of abundance. And I focus on this endless bundle of cycle. And then I remember that I have friends, and I remember that I can make phone calls, and I remember that I have a multitude of ways that I can make money. And then I get excited. Then what happens is that this energy is like your prayer to God, and God's like, "Oh, what did you say? That you would like more clients and more abundance, or did you say you keep saying I want $5 in my bank account?" This is the difference. You get to decide. I love it, Tina. Go, girl.
Yes, yes, yes. So I want to tap into something else that he mentioned, and that's why I think that's why I love reading, because it just I've always loved learning, going to school, all that great stuff, because I feel smarter, right? He's a doctor, he did all work, but he was talking about faith and fear. And let's just talk about fear really quick, okay? Because when we think of fear, shoot, bang, guys, a client. Is today? No, today's Thursday. Okay, forget it. Today's Thursday. My brain, I'm looking at too many things. Fear. Let's talk about fear really quick. Did you know that the body, and this is a medical thing, medical about to give you, only fears things. That's it. Naturally only fear two things. Trey, what do you think those two things are in life that we naturally fear? What do you think? You're watching this, type
Fear of death,
that. What are the
and
two things in life that you think you fear?
that I fear. Well, I really don't have too many fears, but I used to have a lot of fears. And it seems like the majority of people are afraid of heights
Fear of death.
and fear of death.
Did-
Hope you're breaking up, or maybe it's me.
So as I said, this is medically known. There's only two things that people are afraid of. Think as a baby and what they fear. Think of that right there. Gonna give you some tips. I'm making her think. What do you think a baby would fear? I lost my tray, but that's okay. Here we go. So there's really only two things that we fear in life, and the first one is falling, and the second one is loud noises. That you're really other things you make up in your head. And I'm going to share these 10 things really quick while Trey gets back here, of what we make up in our head where it comes to where we're talking about faith and fear, right? So the first one is change. Anyone here afraid of change? I absolutely love change. Yes, it's scary, but change is something that we're afraid of. Also, loneliness. Anyone afraid of being lonely? I'm going to jump this in there. Dr. Dale always says you don't want to make a decision in a halt state of mind. Halt, hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. You do not want to make any decisions when you're in a halt state of mind. So the third fear that we have in life is fear of failure. And then we have rejection, uncertainty. Something bad is going to happen in your life. Getting hurt or injured, people are afraid of that. Being judged, inadequacy, and loss of freedom. So those are the things that we make up in our head that most people are afraid of. Those are the top 10. What do you think about that, Trey? Agree, disagree?
Oh, I think that's completely accurate. Yep. And I'm sitting here going, check, check, check. Yes, completely. I love that book. Okay, so where's the title of this book? Is it in the chat?
Say that again.
Where's the title of the book? Is it in the chat? Because of course now I'm going to
She's
have
going
to
in and
get
out.
it. Oh
Yes,
darn!
yes, yes.
Can
Renee,
you?
put that book up there again. She's gonna put it up there. You're good. You're good. Yeah. So this is a phenomenal book. And I'm only in chapter 2 or 3. Because I fell asleep while I was listening to it. But I'm gonna have to rewind. And it's funny. I'm like trying to write notes as I'm listening to it. So faith and fear. Let's chime into that part of the conversation now. That's the main part. Trey. You know. And for me, anything that I've really feared, if I was scared to do it, I found that's probably what I should be doing, you know, and just having that faith. And I was talking this morning and I was saying, what do you really have to be afraid of, Tina? Like, what's the worst that could happen? And not only that, if you say, people, all right, if you say you believe in God, if you say that you trust God, do you really think He's going to let anything really bad happen to you? Yes, we have bad things happen in our life, but that's what makes us stronger, right? If it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. So we have to have that faith to not know what's around the corner. I have no idea no idea what's going around that corner, but you know what? I'm going for it. And you have to jump in, like you're jumping in the ocean. I say that because I'm thinking of when I jumped in the lake with a life preserver on and thought I was gonna die. But you have to jump in, give it your all, and have that faith. Trey, talk to me. What are your thoughts, Mama?
Oh my gosh. Well, this is so
She's
important
frozen
because
again, guys.
a lot of
You're
things
back.
is fear. It creates things that are not helpful in your body. It creates ah like that adrenaline and cortisol. And cortisol is a chemical that makes you have more anxiety and more depression and more of that
Cortisol's
which you
not a cool
don't
thing.
know. But when you lean into the possibility, and I love words like I'm in the process of because I'm leaning in, that helps me lean in, right? Of creating this new me. I'm in the process of getting a new house. I'm in the process.
Yes.
Like and use different things. And it for me, this is what I was paralyzed in a car accident, told I never walk again. And what I believe is it was my faith in something bigger and stronger than myself that helped me to not only walk again, but continue to believe in something grander than what I could perceive for myself. Like that I could be abundant, so that I could be amazing or be better than I am. So faith is the key to everything because what I know for sure, going back to the law of attraction, you guys, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back. The law of attraction says you must believe it. So if you don't believe it,
Mm.
it's your vibration's flat, and energy requires vibration to move. And so if you want to move, you must excite the
Move
energy.
your
And how
body.
do you do it? You gotta believe. And the more you
Yes.
believe and the more you get excited, the more shook up you get like a pop. And then it's like, whoa, it's
I
like
love
a
it.
rocket energy. So you can have rocket
You said
energy
like a
or you
pop.
can have
I love it. I
meh
love it.
energy. So yes, Queen.
Meh. Meh. Who wants meh energy? I don't want meh energy. All right. I know we're a little bit over our time, but that's what happens when I'm here with Trey. All right. That's what happens when you come to the 7 a.m. cup of motivation. If this is your first time, I want to say welcome. Thank you. Subscribe to the YouTube, share it out. I'm here Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to motivate you, inspire you, and educate you. I'm always going to be talking about this book right here because this is all about, well, not all about, but a lot about me and how you can transform your life. We're doing our 8-week programs to opulence to transform your mind, body, and soul. I'm excited about that book. Put that book up there one more time, Renee, because this book, it's I've just finished Relentless, but this book is shifting. It's the throttle. It's to get you to the next level. Maybe we can do like a book of the week, not even a book of the month, because I read so many books. We can do a book of the week. So this is going to be the book for next week. All right. So if you want to tap into the conversation, because I'll be finished by next week, the book of the week for next week is going to be the one Renee's putting up here right now, which is by Dr. Delatoro McNeil II, if I'm saying it correctly. We're going to be talking about that book every day next week. Chime in, come through. And Renee, I think what I want to do as well, I saw this is how we have our meetings, guys. I'm sorry. This is how I work. Okay. This is how I work. Megan, if you know who she is, Megan DiMartino, she'll have guests come on her show. So, say, for example, you live in Kentucky, you live in New Jersey, you live in New York, and you want to be a part of this conversation. Well, tap into me. I can give you the link and you can join us here on stage. Isn't that amazing? So, if you want to be a part of this conversation, just tap in and you can join us. There's the book right there, my friends. Join us next week as we tap into that conversation. You want to be a part of this community because this community is what's going to expand you. We're going to finish soon, but did you know the end of Q1 is coming up? For some of you, it's the end of Q1. For me, it's the end of my first year, the end of my year, because I last year read this book 12 weeks in a year and it breaks the year down into 4. So we literally have like 2.5, 2 weeks left. What goals are you going to achieve? I want to invite you today to think of one thing, my friend, and it doesn't have to be anything huge. One thing, Trey, get ready to tell me the one thing you're going to do in these next 2 weeks for your life. It could be setting morning rituals, setting evening rituals. Maybe it's getting 5 more clients. Maybe it's saving $500. I don't care. Maybe it's losing 2 pounds. What is the one thing that you're going to do in this month for the first quarter for your life? Trey, hit it. Let me hear you.
Okay, I actually want to do two major things. One is I physically have to keep setting physical goals because I have not gotten every muscle back yet, and I still have feeling that I want to regain from the paralysis. So I realized I had set a goal last year and I reached it. And for the first time, I delayed in setting the next one, right? So I am getting something physical to achieve for myself to, you know what I mean? Because I have to keep having that next marker to keep showing myself I'm strengthening,
I
right?
love it.
But then I also have just come into the knowing of really who I am and how I want to communicate it. So and that's scary, you guys. It's a big change. And then so I am focusing on the
I love
reinvention
that.
of your energy alchemista. That's me.
Yes.
And
May
I
I
am here
submit for your
to take
consideration,
people
Trey?
from paralysis to purpose. I understand
I
now.
love it.
I am here
I
to
love
take
it.
people from paralysis to purpose. So, Queen, I'm ready. I'm ready for big change.
Yes. So, Trey, this is what I'd like to say for you, and this is for anyone who's watching. So, I love that you gave us what you want to do for the next 2 weeks, but we have to be super specific and super clear. So, for you, I want to say perhaps you say, I'm going to buy weights by the end of this month, for the first quarter. I'm going to buy a set of weights. This way, you've already started because yes, you want to gain the muscle, you want to get stronger, you want to get toned, but we have to start somewhere, right? So, start with getting some weights. If you're watching this, I invite you to join our tribe because Trey's going to be adding her classes to our program. I can't do what she does, and she can't do what I do, right? That's what's so great about having an abundance of people with you. Our I'm sorry, Sculpt Opportunities. Our online community, we have different instructors. We have classes 7 days a week. Renee comes in there and she does her cardio. We have Chris who comes in there and she does our um, movement classes, mindful movement. And then Trey's coming in there. When you're a part of this community, we're going to stretch you. So just click on the link right there. It's just 27 bucks a month. It's not much to just get in to be a part of this. But Trey, that's what I, say for you to do. And Renee, by the way, I'm not forgetting this. We have to have our end of the quarter virtual events because last year I realized I needed recalibration a little a year. Normally, I would do it just in December for the whole year, but in this book, it's like every quarter. So every quarter last year, we had a reset, an adjustment because things that you may have set for yourself in December may not be things that you want in March, right? So get ready for that. It's probably going to be the last week or first week of April, or maybe Renee, I got an idea. I got an idea. I got an idea, Renee. So Renee, it's
Oh my gosh,
possibly
I love
going
it
to
when
be
you get ideas. I
doing
see it. I see
weights
it, feeling the wheels
and
turn.
Ramon's events. I got you see the wheels turning, right? So maybe it was 2 years ago. Every quarter we went somewhere and did these events. We went to Charlotte, North Carolina when we did one. We went to Florida when we did these vision board resets for every quarter. So Renee, we're gonna do it. So let's choose a date of 4/17 or somewhere around there because we're going to the museum with Mindy. And then there's Ramon's event on the 18th. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be tough. And then I've got to go to California we'll get it together. I'm sorry for this meeting right here. Anyway, our vision board recap is coming up. We've said enough today. We've said plenty. Join us tomorrow, 7 a.m. I'm not rambling. I just have so much in this head, guys. I just want to give to you. Trey, thank you for coming through, Mama. I love you. And we'll see you guys on the flip side. Peace out of my little hair grease. Bye. See ya. See ya.